Hello, beloved friends. Today I would like to share a brief insight regarding spiritual practice. The most crucial aspect to remember is that regardless of the specific practice, whether it be pranayama, meditation, walking meditation, contemplation, pujas, or yoga, the purpose of practice is to ultimately transcend it. The aim is to relinquish spiritual and personal baggage permanently. Practice itself is not the ultimate goal, rather, it serves as a means to achieve the goal. For seekers of truth, practice is the path to reconnect with our original nature, our true selves. It is of utmost importance to approach practice with sincerity and dedication, but without becoming overly attached to it. The true purpose of practice is to discern and clarify what is true from what is false. Truth is singular, while falsehoods are countless. Therefore, as you engage in your chosen practice, remember that it is not enough to simply make it a part of your daily routine. Without a focused objective, if your inner peace and realization of truth are contingent upon the practice itself, then true attainment has not been reached. The practice should serve as a means to permanently eliminate falsehoods and reveal the inherent truth. The truth does not need to be acquired, for it has always been present. While we may have been preoccupied with lesser or relative truths, the absolute truth has remained within us. My advice is this: when you find yourself amidst a mental storm or experiencing a turbulent state of mind, which we are all familiar with, and the desire to quiet the mind arises, I suggest refraining from attempting to forcefully halt the mind. Instead, acknowledge the storm or attack, and understand that it is a passing phenomenon. During a mind storm or attack, it is common to feel overwhelmed and want to stop the thoughts. However, instead of trying to stop the mind, it is important to discern and recognize the storm as a separate entity from the space of consciousness or awareness. The noise of the storm will come and go, but the space of awareness remains constant. It is also important to understand that the one who is suffering from the mind storm is connected to it and is a part of it. By including oneself as part of the storm, the witnessing of it becomes impartial, and one can recognize the space of awareness as the true self. The space of intelligence exists before, during, and after a storm. I refer to this space as yourself. If you identify with this space, you may realize that before the storm you were present. When the storm arrives, you may question your actions and thoughts. You may also be watching this video. Once the storm passes, the person and their suffering are gone. However, you remain as the pure space of awareness. It is important to understand this, as sometimes a residual identity may linger and claim that the storm is gone. Do not identify with this voice, as it is not the one who experienced the storm. Both the storm and the suffering are gone, leaving only the witness of the experience. Be aware that sometimes an identity may try to hold on, expressing joy at the storm's departure. However, if it remains, it is already preparing for another storm. Adopt the attitude of being the witness only, as storms come and go. Observe what will happen next, or rather what will not happen, as storms may arise without warning. They do not announce their arrival, allowing you to prepare. Instead, they come suddenly, triggering an immediate identification with the suffering. Reflect on this repeatedly, and anticipate your next mental attack, keeping in mind the insights shared here. Look forward to it and invite your mind to come, observing when it will occur. Now anticipate your next mental assault, inviting the mind to come forth and observe when it will manifest. It will not come predictably, but rather like an unexpected ambush when you are unprepared. However, it is important to remember that the self is neither prepared nor unprepared. It simply exists in the present moment. This is the ultimate aim of genuine spiritual and self-realization. As you become aware of your innate state of being by disentangling yourself from the distractions of the mind, you can remain in the present moment, just as I am doing now, even as I speak. There is no action required on your part. This is the beauty of consciousness. Understanding naturally arises when resonance occurs. Simply be here, paying attention to the sensation of being. It is not a complicated task. You are already in a state of being. It does not come from an external source. It is already within you. The reason we doubt it is because we often devote our energy to the mind, which drains us and leads us into personal identification, sending us on various journeys and tasks. So, as you are here with me, when I say, stay as you are, refrain from engaging with any thoughts or intentions, even the intention to awaken to the self. Just remain empty for the moment. In this way, you can hear my voice without attempting to become something you already are. It is simple. You are here. When you allow yourself to disentangle from the mind's distractions and not invest your energy in its thoughts, everything naturally begins to slow down. You become aware of the spaciousness of being, and it feels so natural that you do not assign it any significance. Because it is effortlessly natural, the mind may try to convince you to become a spiritual practitioner, urging you to do certain things, stop doing others, eliminate certain aspects, and strive to become something else. Instead, simply pay attention to your natural state of being. You can do this, it is already present. Even if thoughts arise, do not engage with them. Even if some thoughts arise, it is important to refrain from engaging with them. Practice allowing the mind to chatter without giving it attention. Initially, there may be a reflex to engage with the mind, but with time, one becomes better at staying detached from it. Avoid getting into any conflicts with the mind or accepting its promises. Instead, remain empty and refrain from entertaining any thoughts or intentions. Remember not to pick up any thoughts or desires to change or wish for something different. Just be present and in tune with the natural sense of being. By not following the mind, a radical and revolutionary shift occurs. The energies that were like dust particles in the mind begin to settle, and the noise of the mind slows down within the beingness itself. This process is very natural. In this state, you simply exist, and thoughts may arise, but they are recognized as mere thoughts. By paying attention to the simple quality of being, your ability to discern becomes sharper. These simple practices yield immediate results, and a sense of peace remains with you. Occasionally, you may feel caught off guard by a storm of thoughts and identity, but in those moments, return to this place of stillness and presence. It may seem overly simplistic, but it consistently works. What you are doing may not feel significant, but it is powerful. Appearing to attack an equal number of times, return to the designated location I am indicating. Simply come and remain here. Although it may seem like overly simplistic advice, it consistently yields positive results. What you are currently engaged in, what actions are you undertaking? It may not feel significant, or it may even feel excessively challenging. But what you are experiencing is the recognition and awareness of your own existence. This is true self-consciousness, being aware of oneself, and it is your inherent power. Being self-aware does not require extensive study or the accumulation of numerous concepts in your mind. Instead, it involves following this straightforward advice. Why should you follow this simple advice? Because it is not difficult for you to alter the quality of your conscious mind by abiding in this manner. As you continue to do so, you will find yourself becoming more grounded within the energy of the heart. From this place, you will observe that your perspective on life, your energy, and your vibrational frequency undergo a transformation, becoming softer, more spontaneous, lighter, open, and fearless. Please adhere to this practice for an extended period of time. I've been sharing these insights for many years, and they remain as relevant and fresh today as ever. If you listen and follow this guidance, tomorrow you will be able to demonstrate the fruits of your understanding. This is the level of effectiveness I believe in, and I stand firmly behind the wisdom I'm imparting to you. I am not suggesting that I hope to see your progress in 6 months' time. Rather, I am confident that tomorrow you will be able to show me the progress you have made. This is how certain I am of the truth of your being, which extends far beyond the transient and changeable appearances of your personal self. This is the fundamental nature of consciousness.